the songs are a collection of songs all written on songwriting retreats, and generally on the songwriting retreats, the way it works is you get into a group with another couple of writers, and often the topic conversation is, what's on your mind? What's an issue maybe that we could write a song about? Because generally, a song is much better if it's written about something from the heart, rather than just imagining something that might happen. If it's something that means something to someone, it's generally a better song. So the album's actually got 19 different co-writers on. So all the songs are written on retreats. So they're all written in groups of 3. And the reason you generally, as a songwriter, write in a group of 3 is that it stops you getting stuck. So if there's 3 of you, if 2 people want to go with one lyric or one chord and the other one wants to go the other way, you can always make a decision. If you write in a 2 or a 4, you can get a stalemate. If one person wants to do this and one person wants to do something else, you kind of get stuck. So as I said, there's 19 other people's work in there, and in terms of the album having a continuous feel, obviously I'm a common point in all the songs, and generally most of the songs I've been sat at the piano, so there's the sort of piano-y vibe feel. I guess as a lot of that has come from me, so that's musically they're of a similar style. And the production value of the album, I've used the same producer for the whole album, so Paddy Byrne has produced the album, so it's got a consistent production style. But it's still great that it's a work of 19 other people. So there's 19 other unsigned songwriters that have all had an input to this, and they've all got a track on an album which is released, which is great for them too. And I'm pleased to have been able to bring the songs to life and get them a cut too. The thing about songwriting retreats is that you're under pressure. So all of the songs were written in a day, in fact really less than a day, because the way a songwriting retreat works is that you're given a brief, and sometimes there might have been a topic for the day or a style for the day. And the challenge is to write a song, but the pressure's on because you start writing around lunchtime, and that evening we have to perform the song live to an audience of all the other songwriters on the retreat. So you've only got a matter of hours to kind of get that idea down, get all the lyrics written, rehearse it, and get it polished enough to be able to perform it in public. So, and I think the pressure works really well, is that, when I've tried writing songs before, it's taken time, and I've got lots of unfinished songs that have never been finished. And actually when you've got that pressure of you've got a performance tonight, so you've got to finish this song, it's got to be ready this evening. That's great. It makes you finish the song, it makes you work harder. And I think it actually comes a lot easier when you've got another couple of people that you can bounce ideas around off, because you've kind of got 3 creative people's input into the song, both lyrically and musically and melodically. Because really a song is 3 parts, right? You've got the kind of chords of the structure of the song, you've got the melody where the vocal goes, and you've got the lyrics. So I think you get the output done a lot quicker, and you get better ideas basically. If you've got 3 brains working on it, not just one, the outcome is better and quicker, and hopefully that is borne out by the album. So it's a lot of co-writers, but actually if you look at a lot of hits these days, there's a lot of co-writers on a lot of hits. It's not unusual these days for a hit record to have 5, 6, 7 co-writers on it. The great thing about going on these retreats as well is that you're working with lots of different people, so you might be in a group today with someone who's a folk guitarist, and tomorrow you'll be in a group with someone who's a gangster rapper. It's literally, and that's another reason why the songs may be are good, in that you get different influences. If I just wrote on my own, they would all sound exactly the same. Whereas when you get other people in a group, they give you different ideas, melodically, lyrically, timing-wise. So it's it all goes in the melting pot. So the acid test is the performance each evening on these retreats, and firstly you're just concentrating that, am I going to be able to get to the end of the song without screwing it up, because you've got a lot to learn. You've written the song a few hours before, you've got to get the lyrics right, you've got to play it right, you've got to remember the stops, if there's harmonies you've got to hit the right harmony. So there's a lot of pressure on. So there's an immediate sense of relief just getting to the end of it, quite frankly, when you've done the performance. But you can often get a gauge just by the level of of course they're all songwriters in their own, they're appreciative, but you can sort of instantly feel the standout songs by the level of applause and appreciation for the audience. And I guess an interesting thing as well is that, for some of the songs, some of the songwriters, at the break or later on that evening will actually seek you out and go, that song, that was really good, or whatever. So give you some kind of personal feedback on it. So I think there's a lot of adrenaline, a lot of fear when it comes to the sort of performance, a lot of trying to remember and not forget, and there's just an immediate sense of relief. And it's great. It's a great environment. Everyone's so supportive because everyone wants everyone's song to be great. So, it's not like you're a stand-up comedian going to a new club, and the audience there are probably on your back. They're going to want to heckle you. They're going to want to give you a hard time. Whereas in this environment, it's a great place to learn to write songs. Is with a really supportive audience that are going to hopefully like what you do. But also on the retreats, we have 4 expert writers. So people that have written #1 hit records, won Ivor Novello Awards or top music awards, worked with some of the biggest names in the music industry. And the first thing that happens after your performance is those mentors give their feedback. So they instantly tell you what they thought, and they'll tell you what you did well. But often it's creative and beneficial feedback, because they'll say, yeah, that bit was good, but this bit could be better, and why don't you do this? And sometimes we'll actually sort of go back and play a bit of the song and tweak it a little bit, change a chord here, change something about the melody here, change a lyric here. So we'll actually kind of, try out some changes to the song live in the room there and then. And that feedback is priceless. That's one of the main reasons I think for going on these retreats is you're getting schooled by experts at what they do, and you've got a proven track record. So it's better to get their opinion than just your mate down the pub's opinion, quite frankly. As all the songs are kind of about various human emotions and the struggles that we all go through in life, and as it's been a pretty tough year, 2020, for all of us, then I kind of figured that it would be good to do the CD release for charity. And mine seemed to be the obvious one for mental health, because it's a lot of the subject matter of the songs is about some of the emotional torment and mental health struggles that people might get, and that's been borne out this year. I think a lot of people have had a really tough year, so all proceeds of the CD are going to Mind, and it's great to have something else good come out of this album as well.